Welcome to A Mason's Work, the podcast where we review Masonic symbols and illustrate how they can be used to solve problems in everyday life. With your host, Brian Mattox, a proud member of the Craftsman Online Media Network.
Series of podcast episodes over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be going over the Masonic symbols in kind of three different levels, a sort of practical behavioral level, a more of a relational level, reflective in a way, and then a philosophical or kind of high level systemic level, so you can understand kind of how all these pieces fit together. Today, we're going to start with the Entered Apprentice. And the Entered Apprentice, Mason's sort of apron, degree, whatever you want to call it, is a wonderful perspective for helping in everyday life when it comes to learning something new. So there is a moment in every life where we kind of begin new things, not just once, but over and over and over again. That moment where we take off the hoodwink, we realize that there's an issue and are confronted with a mountain of things we have to learn. That moment and the mind we have in that space is the Entered Apprentice sort of moment. In the lodge, it's an initiation, it's first contact with a new skill or a challenge or a new version of ourselves. The work of the apprentice isn't about getting it right. It's about getting as many attempts or many opportunities to learn as possible. It's movement, not mastery, right? In baseball, we would say that you just need more at bats, right? In life in general, uh, we have a tendency to prioritize getting it right. You know, you want to get all the answers right on the test, but what you don't note more often than not, you only look at the kind of the results of the test and not the homework that you do before you take the test. The Entered Apprentice Mason's sort of perspective is the homework. You want to uh, go into that with an open mind and get kind of messy, right? Curiosity is your friend as you go through this process. So you put on your Entered Apprentice Mason's apron and you embrace curiosity. You try not to bring any of your preconceived notions about the work, about what you're trying to learn. Leave all that behind so that you can explore the Entered Apprentice Mason's tasks without judgment. And when you can do that, you'll find that the work itself teaches you everything you need to know. Doing the work is the instruction. There is no, well, you have to tell me how to do this. It is the work itself that gives you all of the insight that you need to know. When you do this well, when you learn how to put on the Entered Apprentice mind well from a practical perspective, from a behavioral perspective, you begin to quickly determine what information is relevant to the task and what's not. What's a good question and what's not a good question. What is a good place to practice, or a good way to practice, or manner to practice, versus what would be sort of mindless, foolish repetition of the same tasks. It's from this place that certain truths emerge, like slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And if you're not familiar with that, I encourage you to get more at bats so you can figure that out. Uh, when you're trying to do this on your own, there might be some valuable practice techniques. So pick something you already understand, something you already know, and like if you already know music, or if you already know how to write, or if you already know math, pick it up as if it were the first time, as if you've never seen it before, and ask yourself as you're looking at it, reflecting on it, what would I be seeing right now if this were the first time? What might I learn if I stop making assumptions about what I already know? You can start to do this, put on this beginner's mind, even in old situations where you already know a lot of stuff, by letting go of those preconceived notions and allowing the opportunity to emerge for you to grow. So by practicing this, we are really using the Entered Apprentice sort of Mason's mind or understanding to become that craftsman who can really turn any opportunity into a place where you can get even more understanding, more outcomes, better insight, a deeper experience, a more meaningful understanding. And in doing that, you're going to be able to, again, shorten the cycle time in future adventures, because you can just kind of click into this behavioral way of being whenever you need to. And that's a big part of the way the Entered Apprentice sort of Mason's process is supposed to go.
The views represented in this podcast are those of the speaker alone and are not representative of any grand or subordinate lodge.
Hi, Brian here. I wanted to thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any suggestions or guidance for further episodes you'd like to see or hear, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at masonswork.com, and we will try and incorporate your suggestions into a future recording. Thanks.
Freemasonry teaches us that the true work is within, a lifelong journey of reflection, discipline, and discovery. At A Mason's Work, we help Masons bring out their best selves through meaningful self-inquiry and symbolic practice. From personal reflection to lodge engagement, we offer tools that turn symbols into action. Visit us at amasonswork.com. The work is within. The time is now.